we are waiting for Dave Carey from Next Chain Media with performance art NFTs. He is a multimedia creator and producer from very far away from New Jersey, who believes that NFTs are the key to the future of all the popular media we consume and how we will curate our lives. So listen carefully, make your notes, and let's make some noise for Dave.
Thank you, Anastasia. I'm very happy to be here. Good morning, everybody. I'm very happy to be following Linda as well because I feel like a lot of what I'm going to talk about might build off of this because performing arts, performance artists really are still on the horizon as far as NFTs are concerned. There's a lot of music that's been making a lot of waves at this NFT conference. I believe that the next big thing is going to be the performers. Going to be finding ways for performers to apply NFT technology, blockchain technology to their craft, to their art. And it's a tricky situation because performance is art forever. A performance is always art, but it's art that only lasts for a brief moment. Very often the art takes place, this dance, this song, this comedy set is in the moment and then it's done. You've experienced it and it's over. So how does a performer bring this technology? How does this performer use these NFT technologies to relate it to their art? And the way I decided to do it was just to ask everyone to just kind of look at the big picture. Look at the big picture, okay? It used to be that a painter's performance with a paintbrush or the digital paint or the digital drawer, your performance with a paintbrush would culminate in a painting, in something that was physical, that would remain. And that is where the divergence between performance and visual art, because when I'm done performing, the art is gone, it's over. So now it's up to me as the performer to try and decide, how do I save this performance? How do I, keep this performance in a way that can be digitally, minted, obviously, and then collected? And how can I then use this, as Linda alluded to create a community, create a connection with my fans, with the people who are enjoying my art in the same or similar ways that people do with visual art? And very often what it comes down to, at least for me, is being able to find ways to capture these moments. Okay, to be able to capture your audience, to be able to find ways that the audience, that the collector, that the appreciator can share in not only your art but in your process as well. I've been very fortunate to work with a lot of different NFT platforms, and I've worked with a lot of different artists, and I've been also fortunate to interview a lot of artists and also speak with the collectors of those artists. And very often, one of the first questions I get when I'm speaking with a collector or an appreciator of an artist is, I wonder how they did that. How did you make that? How did you get to this point? And what I try to do is encourage performers to remember that your process is the art just as much as your performance is the art. Finding ways to record that performance. Obviously, video is very, very useful. I come from a video background. I come from a very visual background. So finding ways to capture these performances and then turn them around and make them collectible, make them relatable, make them conduits through which your community, your audience, your fans can connect with you in a one-to-one way. And that, very much right on with what Linda was saying, where it's very much a creator to a collector. It's one-to-one. You are able to be fully creative in the ways that make the most sense to you. You're able to create this community of the people who value the same things or value the art the way that you do. And of course, it provides a way for people, the general public, to start understanding that they are able to curate their own world. Okay, I envision a world where protocols like Glass and projects like mine will eventually become the downfall of your Netflixes and your Hulus and your all these other subscription services, your streaming services, because you're paying for this subscription and you get what they give you. I would rather just buy, Ryan Reynolds NFT and get his content. I might want to buy your NFT and just get your content. And so in my vision of the future, we're able to connect our wallets, and the NFTs that we hold will allow us to curate the content that we want for ourselves. Be able to decide, this is the art that's important to me, and these are the artists that I would like to see succeed. I can't imagine who'd be calling me right now. It's so rude. I thought I told them that I was going to be busy. So the future of entertainment is, in my opinion, individual creators and individuals curating, okay? I love that I'm speaking after Linda, because I feel like we're just building right off of each other. I do believe that in the future, the future that I think all of us would love to see, and again, this is all my opinion, but I got the microphone, so you got to listen, is that we will, in the future, be able to curate our worlds. We'll be able to curate our entertainment and not have to go through the process of trying to find what's on Netflix that I might like to watch, or trying to find this or that, because I know that I have that one-to-one connection with the artists that I appreciate, the performers that I appreciate. And I think this is the last slide that I have. Yep, that's my name. But what I will talk about just briefly is, in my experience in the last 2 years of working in NFTs, one of the first things that I did, I minted live performance comedy NFTs in August of 2021. And I've been working with performers ever since. And one of the things that I realized was that there isn't a lot of education, there isn't a lot of information that relates the NFT space to a performer as much as it does to a person who is, a visual artist of any type, of any different type. So what I did with my Next Chain Media company is develop a seminar for performing artists, specifically for performing artists, so that we can help give these very creative people all the information, all the same information that everyone else at this convention knows as far as technology, as far as NFTs, but relate it to them in a way that they can use it for their art. Because again, we understand that this art is ephemeral. It's in the moment. It exists in that magical moment as the performance is taking place. But that doesn't mean that performance artists can't participate in this world. Quite the contrary. I believe that once the performance artists are able to figure out ways, to find their own ways to tokenize their performances and commemorate their performances, and then very much like what the Glass Protocol is doing, is allowing people to connect their wallet. I own this NFT, now I get to check out all of this artist's music videos, or whatever the case may be. It's going to be, bad news for Netflix, guys, but great news for all of us in this room, and hopefully everyone else, because the artist, right to you, the collector, you get to curate your own world. Curation is, one of the more popular terms, and it's going to become more and more popular to the point where we might get sick of it. But it's very important, and it's something that I think that NFTs are going to allow people to do, and get all of the middlemen out of the way. Get the art from the artist to the collector, to the fan, to the degen, to the speculator, one-to-one, clear out all of the middlemen, and get right back down to that creator economy, but in a very pure way, where the art goes from the artist to the collector, and we are able to just develop a more sort of open entertainment system. And I guess I'll just wrap it up there. Got a little bit of time left. I'm Dave Carey, DC in the City, Next Chain Media. Come talk to me. Thank you, guys.